Hey everybody, it's Josh from CollectionDX.com here with a special review. This is a pre-release of a toy that's coming out April 23, and this is December of 22. This is the Machine Robo rod drill from the new Machine Build series by Mega House. This is pretty cool. This is, it's a Bandai Mega House product. It is the classic GoBot screw head, but the Japanese version. So in Japan, he was known as Rod Drill, and he was in a series called Machine Robo Revenge of Kronos. And this is a Japanese product, but it's being released in the US. So you can right now go and pre-order this at Amazon. It's 45 bucks. This is a sample from Mega House. So thank you to Mega House for this sample. We are going to go through this product and check it out. So let's check it out. Let's see what you get for 45 bucks on the Rod Drill. I also think it's funny the way this is spelled, Rod Doril. And I guess phonetically it's fine, but it's pretty common that even the Amazon listing says just Rod Drill, right? I am coming into this blind. I don't know anything about this. Okay. Oh, all right. So I thought it was going to be more of a model kit kind of thing, but this is you get the fill figure, and then you do have some parts on a sprue. Kind of, you see sometimes like Shokugan stuff come like this, trading kits, whatever, but this is just like fists and alternate parts, and looks like the core is coming together on a piece. Actually kind of reminds me of the way I did those Beast Drive figures a little while ago, where they have your sort of core unit, and then you have, the parts. And all right, we're gonna put this together and we'll come back and check it out. All right, so here's Rod Drill all assembled. There wasn't really as much assembly that you need to do that I thought. Is you have to add this piece on, and the little red piece sticks on. There's like a shroud, two pieces to this, a cover, and these little blue highlights. They're all molded parts. So there were no like stickers for this. Everything is sort of molded in color. So let's go over the articulation. This is, it's light, it is light. It's all plastic, there's no metal. Like you saw when I took this out, a significant portion of this is, it's not a model kit, right? It's basically a toy, and you got to put a couple things on. So you have articulation in the head there, and it does rotate. You have some great shoulder articulation. And this is all, nice segmented plastic joint work. One thing I do notice, though, is if you play with this enough, these just sort of come out, right? And they go back in easily enough. All right, so you've got a nice waist, but also remember, this is modular. I don't know if it's meant to be, but, it comes apart. But because of that, you have a nice rotate there, and you do have a little ab crunch, I would call it, all right? These skirts move, so you get a nice range of motion there. And the knees are double jointed, so you can technically join it in two places, but you are sort of limited by what you can do. But you do have a thigh swivel, and then you have feet on a ball joint. Now the feet are interesting, that they are literally just, ball and peg on these little like sort of brackets. And there's no separate movement for the heel and toe. So this is like the only part I was a bit like, it feels a little like the model kit. It's a little, the thinness of this bothers me a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. And again, everything else is incredibly solid. And again, it does provide a great amount of flexibility and articulation. And, remember, it's 45 bucks. So, it's not Soul of Chogokin price, but it is, considering you can get this from Amazon US and not have to pay shipping if you have Prime, that's pretty good, right? So now, what's also great about this is there are things to change the look of him, right? So there is the sort of toy-accurate look. So you've got this sort of textured screw head with all the actual ridges, and you have these basically claw-looking hands here. But you have different sort of smoother versions of the head. So this is more from the anime accurate, right? So to get that, you can replace the fist. Now, here's a really interesting thing, is that the fists have different peg sizes for the right size, so you don't mess it up, which I don't know why you would. But so if you were to put this one in here, it just falls out. But if you put the proper side in, it goes right in. I don't know why. I guess it just makes it easier so you know what side goes where, but the first time I did it, especially with these ones that look the same left or right, I was like, why is that just falling out? Now you have an anime accurate head and, you know, proper fists as opposed to like claws. But there's yet another head that has kind of a face on it. So you can see now we have more of a face, and there's yet another set of hands that have a little more dynamic action to them. So now you can see that you have expression hands to make him look like he's doing some cool, you know, action jump or something. But you can't really use these hands for transformation. So we're gonna take those out. We're gonna kick it old school with these hands just for transformation. You can use the other closed fist too. See, I just did it. I went to put the one in there that was the wrong size and it wouldn't work. I'll take that head off and I'll show you why. You can leave the head on for transformation, but there's reasons. So this is the transformation. This is very similar to the classic with a few extra modern touches, okay? So this whole assembly here comes up, all right? And now in the back here, there are leg panels. These just sort of fill in the space. You want those to come all the way around. We're gonna bend these at the lower joints, like so. And then sort of clip them together in the back here. And just straighten this stuff out. It doesn't really tab into anything, so it just sort of exists. And then you have your choice of drills. You can do the anime accurate drill. Look at that thing. That is dangerous. It's very sharp. Or you could do the toy accurate, which still has the face on it, but that's more of a toy accurate drill. So there you go. It's pretty simple, right? It's pretty true to the original's transformation. It's not overly complicated. I do sort of wish there was maybe a few more tabs to just kind of like click some of these things in place and make them more like part of it. I also wish there was wheels, right? Especially, you know, one of the things the old toy had was little wheels in the legs. So here are there compared to the original, and this is the original Machine Robo version of rod drill or drill tank robo, whatever you want to call them. But you can see here that the original has little wheelie dealies that help this thing roll along, which I do appreciate because it was very toy-like. But I mean, aesthetically, it's essentially the same with just a little more detail. It doesn't reinvent the wheel, sort of the look of, you know, rod drill. I think it's cool. I think it's a nice upgrade. So a lot of the people are going to ask, how is it compared to the Action Toys version? Well, my Action Toys version is actually broken and in the attic in a box because the hip joint broke. This is not the same one, but it's Action Toys, Machine Robo. And you can see they're essentially the same scale and a lot of the same aesthetic. So I feel like if you had like a display of these, you could mix and match them and they would feel just fine. Of course, that these have metal in them, the Action Toys one. These do not, but these are getting a little more expensive. And I found these needlessly complicated compared to the originals. You know, I think they were a little over-engineered and suffered a little bit because of that. And I think this is really sort of feels more in the spirit, if that makes sense. I have another rod drill here. This was from the I think it was like a BB shooting set I have. So, you know, I got a little reunion going on here of different rod drills, just so you could see kind of how they all compare together. But I mean, overall, I really like it. I think you can do some fun things with it. There's fantastic articulation. It's not too expensive. It's easily available. It feels and looks like a modern rendition of Machine Robo. Fun piece, very cool. I can't wait for these to come out. I imagine I will get a bunch of them, especially if I can just get them on Amazon and not have to import and pay expensive shipping for them. So once again, thanks to Mega House for this early review sample. I do appreciate it. This is currently available for pre-order at Amazon.com. So if you want to pre-order it, there is a link in the description for all the details on the Amazon page. And it should be released on about April of 2023 in the US. This has been Josh from CollectionDX.com. Thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a comment and tell me what you think about the sort of revival of Machine Robo.